Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we're ranking the top 5 most satisfying moves to land in ABA. Let's get into the video. Before we get into the video, I want to say that 95% of you guys are not subscribed who watch my videos, so please subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, so first, we're going to do the honorable mentions. These didn't quite make the list, and the reason why is it's so general and a lot of characters have this similar move. I'm talking about grabs or stuns. Whenever you land a grab or whenever you land a stun in this game, it's very satisfying, but a lot of characters have the same type of grab, the same type of stun. There's not really many special ones, so I try to avoid putting those on the list because almost every character has a grab or a stun. Okay, coming in at number 5, we have AIZEN'S KUROHITSUGI. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but we're just going to call it the black box. Basically, this move is very satisfying to land because it almost never lands. It's so easy to block. The only time you're going to land it on your opponent is if they're in the middle of a move and they can't block. It takes like probably 1 to 2 seconds to start up, and in that frame there's a big like black box on your opponent's screen, so if they see that, they're just going to press F and block it. It also deals 40 damage, which is like a lot of someone's health, so it's just very satisfying to land because it almost never lands, but when it does, it's such a big payoff. Okay, coming in at number 4 on this list is NEJI'S 64 palms or 128 palms, basically the same move. And this move is satisfying to land because your opponent kind of has to run into it. It's not going to just land regularly, and it's kind of an infinite move. You can use it for as long as you want to. The only thing is, when you're using it, your character slowly starts to walk away from the center as you're attacking, and you have to try to stay inside the little circle to keep using it. But it's a very satisfying to land move because it just hits your opponent like hundreds of times if you know how to go infinite with it, and it's just a move that rarely lands, but when it does and when your opponent walks into it, it's very satisfying. Okay, number 3 on the list is kind of a combination of 2 moves. Basically, it's either Hisoka's Bungee Gum, where you use the card throw and then you use Bungee Gum to pull the cards to your opponent, or Minato's teleporting Rasengan. And the reason I chose to put 2 of them on the list is because it's very similar moves. Basically, where you put a tag on your opponent, so you hit them with a move prior, and then in the future you can use like a different move. And I think these moves are kind of some of the most satisfying moves in ABA, and the reason it's number 3 on the list is because it takes setup. It's not just you walk up to your opponent and use your skill. You have to actually land a move first, get the right timing, activate a second move, and then go back to the first move to produce a alternate effect. So I think it's more satisfying, not because it's flashy or it's hard to land, but because it requires setup that you have to think about in advance in the middle of a match. Okay, this next one should be pretty obvious. It's Gon's Rock. Now this one's really just a big AoE 45 damage move that's blockable. And it's also, it's really easy to block, so whenever it does land, it feels like you just did half of their HP with one move. But it's really hard to land, and everybody, when you play against Gon, you just run away and hold F and block. So if you manage to land this with your opponent, it's really satisfying. Also, it can hit multiple opponents, and it just fills up your awakening bar so fast. And Gon has a one shot in awakening, so if you just land this, it just feels like you just pull so far ahead. You just get a big advantage at one time because you just landed a 45 damage move, and you just took a bunch of awakening points, which just is gonna allow you to use your awakening faster. Okay, number 1 on the list, and I may be a bit biased for this one, but it's Rock Lee's Primary Lotus. Now, this isn't the highest damaging move in the game, but the reason I put it number 1 on the list is because it's really flashy and it looks cool. It's like a little animation, and it gives you and your opponent like iframes to your opponent, or you can't be hit during the animation, which just makes it really cool. It's like a kind of a mini cutscene, but like a ABA style. You just walk up to them. If you're like really close to them, you click primary Lotus, and you just bring them up into the air, slam them back down, and deal 35 damage. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video. In the comments, tell me which moves you think are satisfying. Some of the moves that didn't make the list were moves like Sand Coffin from Gara, and a couple other moves, but just tell me in the comments which moves you think are satisfying to land. Make sure to subscribe. Only 95% of you guys are not subscribed, only 5% are. So, if you liked this video, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.